the rise and fall of Harry Maguire. Born in March of 1993, Jacob Harry Maguire was raised in the South Yorkshire city of Sheffield to a family described as die-hard football fans. So much so that almost every member of his immediate family was associated with the sport. Harry began his amateur career with Sheffield United aged 7 and continued his development with the Blades through to the age of 18, when he was called up to feature in the first team squad. That season, despite promising displays from Maguire, Sheffield United were relegated to League One. Despite this, the following season Harry would go on to win the Player of the Year and the Young Player of the Year respectively, as voted for by the club. The BBC's Match of the Day magazine also selected Maguire in its League One Team of the Year. It's safe to say Harry Maguire thrived at Sheffield United, and by the age of 19, he had secured 100 appearances for the club. In July of 2014, Harry joined Hull City for a fee of £2.5 million, but had to wait until December before making his Premier League debut in a 1-0 loss to Swansea. Maguire was sent on loan that season to Wigan, and Hull were relegated to the Championship. In 2016-17, Hull found themselves back in the Premier League and under the management of Mike Phelan. Remember this name. Now, Phelan made Harry a mainstay in the team, but despite him captaining the side and being voted the Player of the Year by both fans and players, Hull were once again relegated. It was here Maguire transferred to former Premier League champions Leicester City for a fee to be in the region of £17 million. He played in every minute of the 2017-18 season and was awarded Player of the Season, as well as Players' Player of the Season at the club's end-of-season awards. This was followed by speculation of an impending bid by Manchester United, but the deal did not materialise, reportedly as United's higher-ups thought a then £70 million fee was far too high. It would take until 2019 for Manchester United to finalise a deal with Leicester for a reported fee of £80 million, making Harry Maguire the world's most expensive defender, surpassing the £75 million fee Liverpool paid for Virgil van Dijk. The manager to sign him was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and his assistant at that time was none other than Mike Phelan. His first season was a personal success. He was named man of the match in his debut, a 4-0 thumping of Chelsea at Old Trafford, and halfway into his tenure, he was named the club's captain, following the departure of Ashley Young to Inter Milan. He became the first player to play every club game for Manchester United since 1995. So far, so good. Well, we could make an argument for Harry's career declining following an altercation in Greece in August of 2022. A retaliation for a reported attack on his younger sister by an unnamed man in a bar. This case is still ongoing according to prosecutors abroad, and his appeal may not be heard until 2028. Another reason we could have started to see a decline in Harry's game is for the first time in his career he is expected to play in a completely different system. Under Ole in his first season, United played a much more counter-attacking style that he was used to seeing at clubs like Leicester. He was often paired with Victor Lindelof, a player with his own defensive shortcomings. However, they only conceded 36 goals in 38 Premier League games. For comparison, Manchester City finished that season conceding 35 and Liverpool 33 respectively. The following season, Ole tried to play a more attacking style and pushed his defenders higher up the pitch. This is where we started to see the worst performances from the defence, and that year we conceded 44 goals. It was also during this time a series of blunders had many in Old Trafford wondering if Harry was the right choice to be club captain. A solid series of performances from both him and Luke Shaw, also known that season as Shawberto Carlos, gave fans some hope that he would come good for United and that this was just a dip in form. Sadly for Maguire, things only got worse. The following season, United were incredibly poor. Ollie was sacked and replaced with Ralph Rangnick, and the club finished outside the top four with their worst goals against record in the club's history, after conceding a disappointing 57 goals in 38 games. This was also the season we started to see fan anger begin to show, and despite it being a team game, Harry bore the brunt of the frustration. He was famously memed that season for seemingly gesturing to the ref to have one of his own players booked, and the no-look defending against Armando Broja, a then 20-year-old attacker for Southampton, who ran rings around Maguire all afternoon. On the 2nd of August 2022, a report claimed that Cristiano Ronaldo and Harry Maguire were the most abused players on social media. In a 6-month monitored period, he had received just shy of 9,000 abusive and threatening messages. In April of the same year, Maguire's family was moved from their home after they received a threat claiming there was a bomb in the house. During pre-season, he was booed by a selection of the fans every time he touched the ball. This is noticeably incredible, as that game was held in Australia. Erik ten Hag advised Harry things will improve when fans see better displays. We ask, is there any way back for Harry Maguire? Based on this season, it seems unlikely. He started 4 times for United, with United going on to lose all 4 games. Ten Hag also likes his defenders to push up, something we've discussed. It highlights Maguire's weaknesses. There is clearly a good defender there, but a defender that relies on a certain system and certain players around him. Fans are well within their right to criticise a player's performances, but making personal and physical threats are never okay. In the digital age we live in, hate is more easily spread than ever before. Be kind, be objective, be human. Peace.